In the last session, I have discussed how to perform direct smear for the diagnosis of parasitism. Now I'll discuss sedimentation techniques under indirect methods of qualitative test. Sedimentation techniques is usually conducted more commonly for the detection of eggs of trematodes and acanthocephalas, also known as thorny-headed worms. It is also used for some tapeworm and nematodes whose eggs do not float readily in common flotation solutions. What are the reasons? Watch the video till the end and check the FAQ section of this video lecture. The eggs of trematodes are usually heavy, that is, they have a higher specific gravity compared to the eggs of cestodes and nematodes of different helminths and cysts and oocysts of different protozoa. For example, the specific gravity of these eggs of fascioli species is around 1.60, and the common flotation fluid we are using, their specific gravity ranges from 1.18 to 1.36. So it is not possible to float the eggs of trematodes with commonly used flotation solutions. This is the reason behind performing sedimentation techniques for the detection of eggs of trematodes. Sedimentation techniques are two types, such as simple sedimentation and centrifugal sedimentation. For conducting these two tests, first we need to prepare the fecal suspension by mixing 3 to 5 grams of feces with 30 to 50 ml of water. The initial suspension must be filtered with a tea strainer or double layer cloth or so to remove the undigested material. Washing step can be repeated to get rid of undigested material. Then take an appropriate amount of filtered suspension in an appropriate tube, such as 15 ml Falcon tube, and centrifuge it 1500 rpm for 5 minutes. After discarding the supernatant, resuspend the sediments in 5 ml of water, and you may allow 5 more minutes for sedimentation. Then make a smear with it and examine it under a microscope. For the simple sedimentation test, keep the rest of the fecal suspension in a tube or a beaker at inclined position for 10 to 15 minutes. Then discard the supernatant. Keep a little bit of water at the bottom of the beaker or tube with the sediment for its resuspension. Then make a smear with the sediments and examine it under a microscope. One more tips: while doing sedimentation test, a drop of dishwashing soap with sediments at the bottom may help to free the eggs from the debris. Thanks very much for watching this video, and watch the next part of this video lecture on how to perform different flotation tests.